the born again!
Tell me something good! Tell me that you're me! You enjoying that hot chocolate, mate?
You have, man.
No, wait. Then it just shows you the jumper underneath. What stains are they?
Toothpaste. You lost us out the door today, man.
I know. By the way, we're live at Martindale Grove. It's a big one here, isn't it?
Aye.
It's a big one in Glasgow, this.
What was he doing with his arse on the ice?
I know, why was he scratching it up against the ice? Skating a bit. That was a lovely wee brekkie we just had there, man.
That was nice.
Don't give him the publicity, no. No, they
Why no, we might get some of the free.
Nah, Brunch Club, lovely, innit?
You might get an orange juice for a £5 instead of a £10.
Oh, he's tight as fuck.
Oh, I don't like that.
Don't like
And
the
this time
tightness
of
coming
year, this
there.
time of
Wait
year
a
as well.
minute, no
You
tight.
can't be sitting with your designer CK on and start moaning about the price.
My golf jacket, because my big jacket ripped, my Be Inspired one. Mine it ripped, try to fucking...
We were here the other night, his jacket fucking
Oh,
ripped.
amazing, man. Absolutely.
Stephen Robb, send him another... What?
A fucking Be Inspired black jacket, bent down to put the ice skates on and hang fucking ripped, man. What a nightmare.
How
What
was
was
your
David-
Sunday night?
Sunday night?
What were you up to last night?
He
big
does the
man?
day stuff like that.
Can't
Him and
even
Johnny
hang
done
on
it,
a
yeah.
day,
Just sits with
Harry
headphone
Potter,
in,
man,
doesn't
innit?
Call of
Aye,
Duty.
just
don't wear the jammies.
sitting down with the jammies on. No, I actually watched Elf.
so
Watched
you
Elf
did?
last night.
Aye, I watched it last night.
You
too.
picture, didn't I? Tremendous. That's my first Christmas movie of the year.
Elfair, he's there, big Elfair, innit?
Right.
I know, big body.
Some
But
man
it's,
in Game Boy.
wait, he wears it's Niall Quinn's tights you wear, on it.
Remember that?
Niall Quinn's tights and Jim Jeffries spandex.
Still getting Mac in pyjamas.
What's happened to your lips?
Fighting.
Botox.
You should
You
try it.
You inside.
Got biting.
I should try it.
Andy,
Just
they
bite
two-
it.
they two were Botox trying to up there, look at them.
Have I still not got a lip now?
No.
I don't know now.
Tell you what,
Do you
this
want
cold
one for
I
weather.
never had eyebrows either, mate. I got these tinted, can you tell?
Get your lips for Christmas.
Thanks,
Right?
Here, the cold weather's doing fuck all for your lips.
Do you know
No,
what
mate,
we're
I
doing,
need to get
Kev? You know what
lips.
we're doing? We're doing Secret Santa with the 4As. We draw. Obviously, it's unknown who we get in the podcast before Christmas. We're giving each other Secret Santa presents.
Oh, super.
He knows, mate. He's asked for a request. Anyone that gets him, just get a box and fart in it.
Just
Is that what you
a,
want?
For Christmas as well.
just a £10
Choose your
voucher.
birthday.
£10 Greg's.
Did Greg's do vouchers?
Aye, they do.
£10.
No, wait. What about Chipper last week? Hero, innit?
Brilliant.
Aye.
I think he could be in a job soon, eh? Falkirk job's coming up.
Falkirk.
Has that boy been sacked for Falkirk?
Aye.
Would
Sat
you
last
rank?
night.
Just getting gubbed 6-0. It was
Aye.
Grosvenor but to beat them, so
Grosvenor beat him.
can't believe he gets sacked for that.
I was in the house for 9 o'clock that morning.
You were just kidding
You
on?
started at 12 o'clock. I was just saying that so I didn't have to come because I was petrified with Chipper, but nah, it was fine when it was sound, wasn't it?
Aye, good guy,
was
ain't he,
good,
kid?
He was a very, see, I actually went back and looked at his career and stuff. I didn't actually realise he played with Nottingham Forest until he started telling
Aye,
all the
Villa,
stories,
innit?
but he was he had a decent career.
Very fun player, by the way. A few people know genuine, some people don't.
But he knows his stuff about football, eh? He's football mad, eh?
Aye, he loves it.
Do you think you love football that much as him?
I do love football, aye, but
But you can take
I don't know
yourself
if
away from
I
it.
don't know if I'd be sitting in the house with a tactics board every night with John
No.
Hughes, he said, didn't he?
I don't even think I'd attack this board in the house.
Cycle, didn't they? But to get
He had John use his cycle helmet on, didn't he?
Aye,
You know,
Don't know
strange,
what happened.
strange. Right, Grosvenor, you just said 6-0 win again at the weekend.
6-0 again, mate.
Even better for the offer they've got on right now. Do you know what it is?
No, don't tell me. It's no £10 free for the.
Try again, aye. Try again,
It's no £10
With the big boys.
£30 free again.
That is
Any
it.
sport.
That is, it is.
Any sport.
Any
Ice
sport.
skating.
But Simon, tell me about the 2 tickets.
But you
'cause
can win the
that's
2 tickets for the Hydro as well.
Unbelievable.
Any keeping the ball on the ground, any writing the coupon for now until the
And then
16th of December.
And then Kev, take the last line away, big boy.
All you need to do to be entered into the draw each week is to sign up for Grosvenor Sport at gsport.com/open goal. Over 18s only.
That's like your bedroom, isn't it? Over 18s only.
Mate, over 18s.
By the way,
over
aye,
18s.
He's stopper in it.
we've got to get an ice skating race with Reto, didn't we?
At the end of this
Great
show,
shot.
me and the big man are going to race right around here. The winner, the loser will have a forfeit round the ice.
What is the forfeit?
I don't
The
know if you
forfeit
can, I'd love
is-
to slide my arse straight alliance. So I'll be desperate to lose, but whether I do
You've got to do a Klinsman dive naked on the ice.
I don't know about naked, by the way. That's.
Can't I hit that big thing will break ice?
Aye, but I've got
The
pants
big
on.
boys.
I've got my next patterns on.
They big Brussels sprouts.
Oh, aye.
Ready for Christmas.
Who's disgusting.
Does Lynn take
Disgusting.
Brussels sprouts or done
She likes the Brussels sprouts, likes a wee
chipolatas?
Parsnips, she likes
chipolata
it.
with the,
Ask him,
the bacon wrapped on it.
Chops that all right.
Actually, with Johnny on it, pigs and blankets.
That's Kevin Hoover, that's it.
Elfing. Oh, for what a place.
Aye,
Anyone
superb.
looking for a good day, good
Oh.
night out, get yourself down here.
We were here the
Magical, innit?
opening.
It really is magical for the kids and even for the adults as well. Sometimes you get that certain age, you think, is Christmas gone? But it's no. Come to Elfin Grove.
Well, I tell you what, Elfin Grove, they had a slow start to the season, didn't they? But see, when winter comes,
Grosvenor spoke to
brilliant
them,
in
didn't they?
December,
Aye.
isn't
Grosvenor
it?
spoke to them.
Aye, well, I mean, it absolutely scalped them in August, but in December, a different animal in December.
Right, Hydro news, boys.
What?
Graham Souness is coming to the Hydro.
Oh my
Well, I'll tell you,
days.
I'll
The
never,
Doddy.
I'll never forget one thing. Me and Simon walk into Jimmy Carragher's house. Si leaves me with Jimmy Carragher, just the twos, and I'm struggling with small talk. He's away wandering about his house. Mate, that's a shambles. He's about up his stairs, in all the rooms looking, you know the way he is?
Aye.
So I was talking to Carragher and I was like, who on Sky is brilliant? And it was like, when Keane comes on and Neville, all these, Terry Henry, when Graham Souness walks in, the room just goes, shh, quiet.
I hope Hydro doesn't do that.
But complete aura,
bouncing?
Simon.
Oh, I got an aura about
complete
him.
aura, so
Charlie Adams messaged this morning
Charlie
saying an
Adams as
absolute
well,
aura
so
about him.
it's going to be unbelievable to get this guy, because we've been growing for a while. What actually is aura? You're going to sniff it and smell it on the 16th of December.
Wow,
It's going to be outstanding.
Like, what a lineup we've got.
I know, but it's how strange that he was wanting Hugh Keevins on instead of Graham
That's
Souness.
Listen, I
embarrassing.
thought he could add a lot to the table, but
You want to Gordon Duncan?
Could we tie Hugh Keevins to the radiator? Could we replace him with a jet? No.
Who, Keevins?
Aye,
He could be
stick
in
him
a
in the
jet.
radiator.
I think there could be a jet sort of thing going on with you and Keevins.
think so.
I could smell. See, last time we were up your house, I could smell him somewhere.
Smell Keevy.
Nah, Graham Souness, man. What
Didn't
a-
like It's like it is, what?
Said it was the arse prince in the kitchen, he said.
Talking to arse. No, just Graham Souness. Derek Ferguson will be revealed at the Hydro whether he's got hairy arse or not. Did you watch Cooking Show, mate?
One
Did I?
One of my favourite.
Oh,
He didn't
but
hear it, did he?
I was gone.
That's what made it funny.
What about his knee-high boots? Did you see his knee-high boots he
Aye.
had done? Castoria start. Never knew Castoria were doing knee-high boots.
Why has he always got a trackie on?
No, that day he had
No,
jeans
didn't
and
I
boots
know, but
on.
why has he usually always got a trackie on?
I don't know, mate. Just hangs about the shops all day, doesn't he?
Yes, didn't he?
With the young
He's
team.
busy.
But I tell you what though, I think he has got a hairy arse. I'm going to start speculating before the picture gets revealed.
Do you know why I think
So
he's got a hairy
is that
arse?
going to be a reveal?
That'll be a reveal at the Hydro.
Right,
I
brilliant.
think he's got a hairy arse because I think that's the reason that Lewis is now with John Carver. 'Cause he's got an arse like his dad. And you know that he's got a hairy arse, don't you?
He is
Most
the
bald
king of
people
that.
are hairy everywhere else but their head, eh?
You must have a hairy arse.
Nah, I do. I don't know, I've never looked, Simon.
That baffles me that so many people don't know whether they've got a hairy arse or not.
Can't make sense.
You do.
Fluffy.
Fluffy,
Hey,
aye.
do you manicure your hairy arse? or
No,
what?
but I've not got a hairy arse.
Mate, look
Saying
at
that,
his face.
he's not
He's
got
got a
any
hairy
bumps
arse.
off, aye, so...
You.
You only
Somebody's keeping quiet.
I bet you...
I got a hairy arse.
You're the type that's got dandruff in your arse. Here.
I've got whiteheads in my arse. But on the actual Hydro, I'm going to say it, and people might think it's a promo for it. It's genuinely no. This is going to be better than the first one.
No,
It is. The lineup, the VTs, it's unbelievable. But
It's the
work-
VT.
And by the way, right, we've
Paul.
announced two, let's be honest, sensational guests. There's a couple more that
There
we're
is a
not
cou-
even going
big
to announce.
and that's
funny,
it.
funny boys.
It's going to be unbelievable.
Funny boys are coming.
It's huge.
It's the...
It's
It's
huge.
the...
It's huge.
It's
I think
the
there's one in
VTs.
particular that could take over.
Steal the
He's the main
show.
man on open goal,
Steal the show.
We'll see about that.
Oh.
We'll see about
There
that.
must be a bit of tension.
Bit
there.
of needle.
Aye, there is.
The VTs are brilliant, Kevin.
VTs are up there because like we've come up with these ideas along with the producer and they're genius, man. I thought the
acting, aren't
VTs were good the last time, but certain individuals will need a wee BAFTA for this one.
Amazing. It's going to be unbelievable.
Aye, don't be that person that
See,
wakes up the next day reading all the comments and saying, "Oh, what a show last night." Just get yourself along. There's a few tickets.
I'm
left.
actually, I dreaded the first one just because I didn't know it was. I'm actually buzzing for
Oh,
this
I
one.
can't
Do you know what?
Proper
No,
look forward
I
to
think
it.
that's just why.
Surely
I
you're
think,
not busting into tears this time, will you?
No,
Stop
don't try
gritting.
no.
You need to wrap
Stop
that.
gritting me.
Killing it.
Try my
Killing the
best, mate.
VTs now and you
Killing
start
it.
gritting.
Get him a separate toilet this time.
But do you know what I think?
Two-handed.
Andy, aye.
Back here.
I've been to a lot of shows.
Read it in the book.
It's actually him being joking.
I know I've been to a lot of shows,
He's
Simon.
got his book.
It's just reading his book. That's not like him. No, here. I've been to a lot of shows and the best of the best, right? But you go there and when you're sitting there and you know what you're going to go and see, as much as it's still amazing, but when you're coming to us, you genuinely don't know what you're going to get. And even us going on that stage, we've got an idea of something, but we still don't know what twists and turns it's going to take. And that's why I think it makes it the best show in the world. I genuinely do.
There's some surprises for us as well.
Because sometimes you know
Gordon Smith could just turn up and
You'd
just
love
keep
that,
people
wouldn't
into
you?
trouble.
just start doing all sorts.
You'd love that.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. But I
Who's going
can't-
to do a PDF of all the things you try to put
That's
in place
Gordon
at
Smith.
Gordon, who did I
Gordon
say?
Smith, he said Gordon Duncan.
No, Gordon Smith, he's
Aye,
coming to do the
Aye,
essay.
just come
But who knows, Mark Haley might just turn up and read his full book for the full tours,
That'd
which
be
would be
good.
brilliant.
That'd be
And John
excellent.
Hartson might turn up and sell CBD, who knows?
Eric
Oh,
could
aye.
happen, mate. Frank and Derek could no, they're not coming.
No, they're not.
No,
They're not made it.
Should
Although,
we
I don't know
tell-
if you know this, but Souness patched Derek for a fight. I don't think has he ever told the story?
He tells it every week. to keep it
Every he tells the story about Souness patching him for the final.
Throwing a medal at him.
Souness
Oh, aye.
spanks his little
So,
arse on the high.
Derek's been, obviously for weeks, been saying it. Let's see if he's going to say it as soon as
In fact,
on the
there's
night.
Derek, yeah.
Get him here. So, fuck.
He's got the same trackie on.
Terry Mendes there.
Terry Mendes here.
He's there. We Del boy, look.
Chapman Dell.
Look. Here he is.
By the way, should we just dangle a wee carrot out there?
No,
It's there, it's there.
There's an SPL manager coming to the High Door.
Oh,
Yeah.
An SPL top flight manager coming
the
on at the High
SPL
Door.
manager. The main man.
Aye, 100%
aye.
the.
Right.
100%
He's
the.
ready for the football chatter.
No.
Aye.
Oh.
No.
Say it like yesterday. Paul Slane, what did you make of them?
Unbelievable.
Give us a better word than unbelievable.
No, Simon, I'm actually ain't going to build into your talk with Tim Courts because I heard him yesterday. I ain't going to go into that too much. But I'm going to be on Celtic. They were absolutely unbelievable. I couldn't believe my eyes what I was watching for last season. And I've said that there has been a turnaround. But yesterday, it was unbelievable. They didn't give Dundee United a second. I mean, they've had a hard campaign because they've not got the biggest of squads. It's been, that starting 11's been maybe a couple of changes here and there, but my goodness, the fitness levels, they didn't give Dundee United a second. The quality.
Smothered them.
And that's how you play football. I think we've spoken about it before. Take attacker, pop, passing to the side. Don't want to see it. I want to see keeping the ball, going forward, and Celtic were just keep going forward. And when I was watching it, I didn't thought Celtic were going to score every time they went through and goal.
Oh, he's at it. Isn't he?
No,
Can't say where they heard that one from, but
so,
move on.
He loves stealing other people's.
It's
Aye, it does.
absolutely remarkable. And
That's what the impressive thing is. I think it's 70% possession. I've watched Celtic in the past have 70% possession with Lenny, Brendan Rodgers, but the goalie touches the ball more than the fucking centre forward, and that's 70%. Under Ange, it's just attack after
unbelievable.
attack.
I sat down yesterday and watched it, and I thought like before with a few injuries, a few key injuries through the week, you're thinking this could be a tough fixture.
Especially with
But
Tommy Sheridan back in the team.
It was absolute opposite. Celtic were very, very good. I didn't think Dundee United laid a glove on anything. They didn't get close to anybody. They didn't make it difficult. They were too open. Tam Courts obviously came out after the game and said that every goal could be avoidable. We can say that about every game of football and every goal that's ever scored. Every goal can be avoidable. So I think that's a wee bit of disrespect, personally, because the goals were of great quality. Tom Rogic, at what point do you stop that? Like he's guided past so many players and a cool finish. The ball from McGregor into Turnbull, that's a striker's dream. See if you're not a striker's dream because obviously Turnbull's come from the midfield.
Third man runner.
But see if you're playing on the shoulder or a centre half in between the two, and you get somebody like Callum McGregor can hit that wee low diag
Wee
with
pitching
pace.
wedge, innit?
It's on because he did it in
backspin.
Picked the right club, didn't
because
he?
as a defender, you think you're going to get it, and it just goes away for you. That was
See
different
on that,
class.
Kev, right? See on that. You either sit after the game and have no spaces in behind you. You allow McGregor to get on the ball. Nobody presses him, but then he's just chipping balls out of the tap. And
But that's why I was surprised that like Dundee United, every time they've played the Old Firm over the last couple of years, they've been the one team that always get
Pressed
after
them
them, especially at Tannadice, because the one thing they've got athleticism in their team. They always try and be front foot, make it difficult. But they set up yesterday as if they were just waiting to get beat. No.
They were
That's what I was saying.
open.
I'd always go against Celtic. I would always go and press them high at the pitch. Why give them comfortable possession in your half? McGregor can pick out passes like that.
But what I would say as well is like I think the Celtic team of last year struggled to break teams down, and then see this year even that Livy game, you start question marking this Celtic team with the Livy game at home, Livy game away. Did they struggle against the teams that just sit in 11 men behind them would be hard to beat? But to be fair, they were very, very good at the weekend. That's arguably because I was the same as Kev. I thought going into the game, I could see Dundee United getting something out of the game with Jota being out, and he's been made basically their main man for the last couple of weeks. But I was very impressed what Celtic were.
Do you think Dundee United like they were too open? Like see when you see the sit back, you've got to sit back and move with the game. So if Celtic go down the left side, you all need to move over as a unit.
There was too big a gap.
So if they go the big switch, you move over as a switch because that's a big 40-yard pass. It gives you that 2 seconds to all get back in. But whereas I felt that Celtic had too much space, too much time to pick their passes, do their thing. Obviously they've got movement off the ball, which you need. But Dundee United didn't. Like I actually felt like I thought they were horrific.
Kev, see, I agree with you. Like, so it's like setting up your team. Yeah, sitting be hard to beat. Press for the front. Dundee United just sort of covered spaces, but see, any time a Celtic player was near them, not one of them made contact. I don't think Dundee United made a tackle.
No, you're probably right.
It's alright sitting off a team, but as soon as you get to a certain area, mate, you need to
try and force them into mistakes, or don't let them get their head up and play easy passes. You see, if you let Callum McGregor, because see for as good as a pass it was, See if you give Callum McGregor
Any
10
time
yards
and
of space,
space.
30 yards out, he'll put that
I
pass
know.
every day of the week.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
So it was just too easy for him to do it.
I've seen that. I've watched Dundee United a few times now this year. Couldn't tell you whether they're a passing team, whether
Aye,
they
there's
put the
no
ball
identity
behind. I
there.
couldn't tell you whether they're a pressing team, whether there's no identity there. I watch Aberdeen. I think Aberdeen have got much more identity. I know they were your dark horses, but I kind of see Dundee United sustaining this and finishing the top 6 this year.
Yeah.
No, I
Goals is
don't
an
think
issue,
they
isn't
will.
it?
Yeah.
Goals is an issue.
Aye.
Right, Edwards is their top scorer.
Yeah, big centre
Centre half's their
centre
top
half.
scorer, aye.
I just
Is
thought,
it
no,
relentless,
as good as Celtic were, because they can't take away from the fact that they passed the ball well, they moved it well, they made good decisions. I would still feel if there was any criticism, it's a slight criticism, I think they need to be more ruthless, because there'll become games where they'll get as many, they might not get as many opportunities, but they've got to take them. Because when it comes to playing maybe like your Rangers and maybe your Hearts and Hibs and maybe tougher games, you might only get 2 or 3 opportunities. You've got to be able to take some of them. I know Kyogo's missed a couple yesterday, so is Turnbull. You've got to be ruthless. I would, and that's not just on this performance here on Sunday against the United. During the week, they were exactly the same, missed a lot of opportunities. I think they need to be more ruthless, and I think that's something that maybe they might strengthen in the January transfer window. But all in all, I think you just kind of what you take from it is that compared to this year to last year, Celtic's in a different place.
But they look so much fitter in that in last year. See, when they lose the ball, mate, they just go and get it back.
But
So
he said
Roderick,
that.
I never thought I'd see Tom Roderick lose the ball and get it back as quick as he does now. He looks slimmer, leaner, fitter.
He said that himself, that a lot of the boys are picking up injuries because of the intensity of the training sessions. So that tells you everything that you train how you want to play. Is that the old adage? But
I think Tom Roderick yesterday deserves a wee. That was.
See,
How hard is it? It's when he's at 6 foot, what, 2?
That's what I was going to ask. Is he
He's
tall?
not
Is he tall?
Sorry,
No
mate.
clap, mate.
We'll clap her Evo when it
No,
comes
listen,
We'll
no.
clap her Evo when it comes to
I'll
Rangers,
give him the
isn't it?
credit because that was. But mate, I've said it for how long have I said it in this
It's very
podcast? I
good.
think you're talking about when a player's on form, Celtic have not got many better in their squad because Tom Roderick is a special type of player. And see, you always felt when Postecoglou came in, being a fellow countryman, you always thought if he was going to rejuvenate one player, it was going to be him. And I think there's been numerous games he's made a difference to Celtic, especially in Europe, the Betis game away. There's been multiple games domestically, but that goal, man.
That's what makes fans want to play the game. Makes fans want to buy tickets.
Yeah.
That right
Get
there.
arses off
Arses
seats.
off seats. That's
Who
exactly
do
what
they
it is.
know what to come see?
Exactly.
Are you not going to tell us?
All right. Oh, who they don't want to come see? Well, I'll tell you one thing they don't want to see. Was that
Tackles
shocking
like-
challenge. Not good. You're not.
There's been a few of them for him this year, isn't there?
I
Callum?
don't listen. I don't mind somebody getting hard. I don't. It's a contact sport. Rough and tumble. Listen.
You like a bit of rough and
I
tumble.
love a bit of rough
everyone.
and tumble.
Nobody likes it more than you.
It's David Tumble, no.
David
No,
Tumble,
rough and
aye.
tumble.
Aye.
Rough and
Tumble.
tumble.
Muff and
Rough and
tumble.
tumble. I love that every weekend.
That was a bad tackle.
I don't like it, Simon. I really don't like it. Listen, a guy who would have been sitting there now playing in that Celtic team if it wasn't for bad tackles myself. Do you know what I mean?
Same.
So, and when I see it, I don't like it. Listen, there's some challenges you see, and it maybe people say there should be a red card, on it, but you understand the challenge. He's maybe went in with the ball, but his foot's then slid up. That to me is just what to do him, and I do not like it at all for that guy. I've seen him a few times now. If he really thinks it's hard,
Then
Come
what?
and see you.
Then
no,
what?
but I just don't like it.
How long we
it's
give him?
naughty.
What's the ban?
Will I get banned for it if the kid?
If it
No,
does-
it's been booked, so you'll not get a ban.
But how
can
much
you-
are you giving him? If it's you.
You're going to scalp his arse for a week.
I don't know.
Just constantly scalp his arse.
We deserves that. It really does deserve that. But it really infuriates me these challenges because we talk about diving and we talk about people going if somebody whatever it is. Talk about diving to go mental. That there is a million times worse. That could end that boy's career. I mean, Turnbull is so
He's had a bad
lucky.
injury already, isn't he?
He's so lucky. I don't know how his legs no broke because his legs actually bent when you see it slowed down. I don't know. So I'm an advocate for them to get out of the game.
I do.
that's
Talking about Roger, I'm going to ask you, Kev, about McGregor and
I was going to say that, Simon.
Steve Lyon.
I
Again, I've watched Callum McGregor last season. Backwards, side. See now under this, it's forward. He's passing, breaks through to Rogic, breaks the lines as we like to say.
As
thought he was
watching the game
great.
yesterday, and as great as Tom Rogic is individually, see Callum McGregor, what a lovely footballer. See his weight of pass. Everyone's on the deck, and the ones that go over the top are like guided balls into good areas. But he's so comfortable on the ball, you can give him in any place and he can turn one way, turn the other way. His awareness, he's the one that's keeping everything moving, that possibly allows Tom Rogic to get the space to go and do what he does. But Callum McGregor stepping up as a captain, he's always been a very good footballer, but now, like you say, Simon, the safety passes are maybe disappearing out his game. He's still got to go back inside, whatever.
Yeah,
but
at times.
I think also because you've got players like Kyogo who want to go forward, Abada when he comes on wants to go forward, Jamesy Forrest is staying out wide. There's opportunities in behind these teams now, and that's allowing these balls to go in. So for me, you know, I like, personally, I would love to have
World
somebody
class
like,
scanner, as John Collins
I would
would say.
love to have somebody like
Callum
Callum
McGregor.
McGregor in my team,
Brilliant.
because if you're a striker and get any kind of awareness on the as a striker, you just need to look at him, catch eyes, and know that he's able to put that ball in between the two defenders and make it difficult.
Somebody says that they caught eyes on him, but he was like that, aren't he?
That's my soap, wasn't it?
Must have
Nah,
sniffed a soak.
He's very good.
That's so.
Aye, well, we can't get into that, can we? We'll get there.
That'll be
You mu-
all be revealed.
You must have been happy to see your mate back in the team.
Forrest?
Aye.
No, absolutely buzzing, absolutely buzzing. Listen, he's like a new signing. Just still, we picked up a wee injury yesterday. But that can happen, you've been out a long time.
As you know.
As we know, listen, advocates injuries, haven't we? We've been
Yes.
horrifically, our cars have been horribly thrown us through our life, haven't they?
Yeah.
So, and look, we come back and bounce back. So, no, listen, I'm really happy for James Forrest, and very exciting January side for me for Celtic.
So who's give us the names, Paul, because you're obviously a massive follower of Japanese football. As your genius question that you asked Ange on the interview.
Yeah, a massive.
Is the standard quicker?
Give us the names, come on.
Come on,
names,
Paul.
So obviously we've got
Give us a
Dejan,
record as well if you could.
no problem, we've got Dejan Maeda, who's a cracking player, Simon. We've
Cracking
seen him.
boy as well.
We've seen him, he plays after left, likes to come in and play. Hey, get back out wide, son. Let them play in there. Good player though, he scores 23 goals this season in Japan League.
The J League.
A J League that's, nobody's ever scored 12 goals a season. There you go.
He's got 23.
He doubled it already. Midfielder, Rio Hatete. What a player. Ball player, Simon.
Is
Loves
he?
getting on the ball. Fitness, no question there.
Was he like a Willow Flood type, you said?
No, it's good.
Right.
No, it's good, just yet.
Willow watches is buzzing.
Ready?
This boy's not actually from Japan, he's faced Junnar.
Right, it's Yusuke Edeguchi.
Not bad.
Wow, Kevin. He was at Leeds.
So he didn't have an appearance for Leeds when he was a young kid or whatever at least.
Aye.
No, it's 25.
32 at least. He's
Same
38
age
now.
as the boy Callahan.
No, but listen, I think Angie's got, certainly when we noticed him,
Is it a wee risk still going for too many for the league or?
not at all, Simon.
No?
No, not at all, no risk at all. Ange can see a player right away. I've seen Ange sometimes with different press and he doesn't really give them a lot. As soon as he seen us two, he gave us everything. Could see right away, good
See if
people.
Sky actually want an answer to Ange. Just give us a phone.
Beautiful.
We'll rock up to Tannadice.
You still
I'll ask
got
the
me,
big man
sis?
a couple of questions and you can get what you want out of him.
You still going up, sis?
Still going to be sus. Still shaving his ass.
See on the J League, like he's obviously worked in the J League. A lot of managers in this country and down England, whatever, they're only going by recommendations from their scouts and from their match reports, videos and stuff. Well, Andy's actually seen these guys up close and personal, so probably knows more about them. So for me, if I was a Celtic fan, I would be excited about the prospect of bringing in 3 guys that potentially could bolster the squad.
It's a market that nobody's ever
Aye.
touched, isn't it?
Hey, look at the history of some of the Japanese players that have come out of Japan and played in the Premiership and
Go on,
stuff.
Giza
What do you call the boy that played with Bolton, Simon?
You tell me it was your
What's his
favourite.
name?
Lee.
Come on, help me out here.
Lee.
No, I wasn't Lee.
Nakata.
Nakata.
Oh, sorry, Nakata. What player
Davey
Nakata?
Nakata, he was brilliant.
Davey Nakata.
Player.
That's smart business though, innit?
Aye,
Smart
of course it is.
business.
And I
Shut
don't
sales
think-
through the roof when you buy
And I
PlayStation.
remember watching Japan in the World Cup. Technically, they're up there with the very best. Technically. Whatever they did, I mean,
Nakamura, mate. Didn't get him
What they
technical.
lacking then?
I don't know actually what they do like. I remember in the World Cup, especially when it came to the sort of last 16 qualifying when they played Belgium. Belgium put on Fellaini and somebody else and they outpowered them. Physicality. And don't know if that's something, Andy.
I'll tell you what Nakamura was, and nobody knows this. He was fit as fuck, mate. See his running stats for Celtic. I think he was always in the top
Was
2.
he? Aye.
You would never think that
You
the
didn't
way he
think that,
played,
no.
but the amount of ground that he covered,
Did he?
mate,
Aye.
it was unbelievable. I remember Stratton used to say that.
Forgetting our Nakamura, they're doing alright, isn't they?
He was good, wasn't he? Right, we'll talk about United against Celtic, as you said, sat off them. Hearts were the same, I thought, first half Thursday, but then second half went and pressed them higher up the pitch.
But
why-
see, to be fair, right, and I think this is important to realise when sometimes you play the teams like Rangers and Celtic, see if they're that good. We actually set up to be the same in the first half. We wanted to get
did
after
you?
them
Right.
first half, but you've got to respect where a team's on their game and playing that well. Sometimes it just brings
Aye,
you back.
kinda
I think
get
that was
close.
the case in the first
Yeah.
half. We just made a couple of tweaks that allowed.
What were the tweaks? Did you put somebody up closer with boys to start pressing them?
It was more somebody more on top of Callum McGregor. Because listen, see as much as you think right, if you're playing a 4-4-2, you set up in that game, right, 2 he's got on the centre halves. They're
You
good
leave
enough players to get
McGregor,
into Cal McGregor. And even Cal McGregor and Tight Harris can still get turned and play forward.
Yeah.
So it's more a case of let one centre half have the ball and don't let them build through Cal McGregor. And see, to be fair, there was a 20-minute period, I can't remember exactly at the time, but it was roughly like 55 to 75 minutes. We had 72% possession.
Aye.
I don't think any team outside, arguably Rangers, will go to Parkhead and for 20 minutes have that amount. And then chances-wise in the second half, we've had 2-3 big chances to get back into the game, but
that's where they're good, because see when the centre back gets it, the full back just runs inside and he's got a free pass to the wide player. So many times yesterday.
that first half, that was what killed us.
Killing you,
Because as much as we try to get after people, see somebody dropped into the pocket, 9 times out of 10 it was Tumble. He had enough time to just look forward, and we're asking, obviously Michael Smith, we're at a back four, we're asking Michael Smith to get tight to Jota, don't let him get at you 1v1. See, as soon as that gap opens between full back and centre half, Kyogo's moving, spins in there, Tumble plays the pass. So it was difficult the first half, but see, to be fair, I thought second half we were excellent.
No, I think that's a good way of clearing that up, Andy, because a lot of people question why the Hearts don't play like that in the first half and second half. But like you say, sometimes you can't.
Aye.
But Hearts were very good second half.
Yeah.
Had they taken their chances, you actually would have thought they maybe could have won and probably won the game.
I thought Suter and Halkett were very good.
See the thing with the two guys is, right, there's no airs or graces with the two of them. They defend very, very well. Positionally, they're very, very good. When Boss come in the box, the two of them go and attack.
Great centre.
And that's what you want as a centre half. You don't want a centre half. It's great to have a ball playing centre half that can get the ball into the midfielder or can get the ball wide, whatever, or clip that diagonal. That's great. But see, ultimately, your position tells you what the club want you to do. And see, when it comes to defending, that is what you want.
Yeah.
But
I said at the start of the season, Suter's the best centre half in SPL for me.
Suter's very good, and Halkett for me, he just.
Halkett's just so underrated.
I think I've got a lot of respect for the kid because he was a young player at Rangers who didn't get a chance, but he's went away and made a career for himself.
Yeah.
And you've got to, like any young kid watching, you've got to never give up. And he's playing now week in, week out, and predominantly playing well every week. And I think Suter coming back is helping him.
Yeah.
Because I think Suter's got a wee bit more a wee bit more game-wise, a wee bit more about him. And it takes a wee bit of pressure off of Halkett. But
Halkett's best performance this season was Sanctuary after the highlights. What a hero, man.
It's tremendous, wasn't
He was going about tackling everyone, wasn't he?
Aye.
Tremendous.
What was it? What do you think Hearts are better, free to back or free to back?
I think we can shift to both, but
Peaks and
I mean,
troughs?
we've played obviously 3 at the back for the majority of the season and done well.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'd imagine we're going to get to our game. We're back for
That's what we're going on to, mate. That was a seamless link.
First half.
Livy
See, to be fair, right?
just didn't they?
Aye. See, to be fair, right? First half we were really poor, but see as a squad, we've had a lot of praise and rightly so. Third in the league, obviously just come for the championship. But we still as a squad talk every day and looking at like St Johnstone away, Ross County away, Dundee at home. Games where we've absolutely battered teams and dropped points. So see, to be fair, yesterday probably didn't deserve to win the game based on the first half, but we were probably due that, to be honest, because I don't think we've been a team that's won a game this season when we've no played well. So it's good to see if we can get that side. Because to be fair to Livy, I was going to say, to be fair to Livy, we were surprised at their approach. Didn't think to be his front foot. And see, to be fair, mate.
Did they go 2 up, Andy? Anderson and...
They went 2 up front. No, Anderson didn't play, but they went 2 up front. But see, everyone will think that in there, they can be direct. Mate, they passed it in the first half, which...
Some of the chances was some good football, mate. I like Penrice when he was at Thistle.
Craig Gordon made 8 saves in 45 seconds. I'm not even joking.
Never even smiled once.
They hit the post twice and he made 4 saves in 45 seconds.
The big man's just constantly faces.
He must be in the running to be like player of the season after.
Player of century.
100%.
Because he's like, this is not just like yesterday's performance. Week in, week out, whether it's for the national team or whatever, he's producing saves after saves.
Yep.
It's a shame he got the injury he got when he got it, because I think he would have went to another big team.
Well, yeah, you could have played like Premier League for his full career. Top
easy.
end.
He's a top goalkeeper. There's no question about it. But like on Hearts, Andy's saying sometimes you've got to win ugly, and they've done that yesterday. Livy will probably feel disappointed.
They won ugly every week when you were playing.
Not a problem, mate. Not a problem. 1 tooth in as well. I used to play without a tooth.
Hi, what was that? I seen that the other day.
I get knocked out in one of the games, so
Who was it?
I didn't have time to.
He retired and gave it to Christoph Berra, no?
I didn't have time to put it in, so I used to just play with it out. And thought I was like Joe Jordan, but nothing like him.
Nah. How was Martindale looking on the side? Chinos have gone, mate, since we said that.
He's a hero, by
with some of your shouts about
brilliant. Honestly, brilliant. I actually really like him, mate.
When you get
in the line interviews, brilliant.
He would be
and to be fair, I had his team playing really well yesterday, but I love him. Honestly,
I kept getting him and Stephen Naismith mixed up.
Aye.
Like a couple of brothers, isn't there? Huh?
It's usually the chinos that tell a difference, isn't it?
That's it.
What's
the
Davey
best?
wearing?
The chinos, Davy's
jeans
chinos.
yesterday.
See, the
Jeans?
old chinos are the same colour as the Livingston seats.
Aye,
Notice that?
Aye,
Maybe
Sandy.
that's what he's based it on.
Or maybe Libby chinos. Maybe got a Libby badge on the back pocket.
A lion.
think
he had
A
the-
lion on the arse.
He had the Gurky trainers on as well. Had
Did
your
he?
trainers
Did
on.
he the
aye.
Gucci's on?
He's looking smart.
No, what makes the Byford? It's a wee navy Byford he wears, isn't it?
Aye, it was, aye. I can't remember. I
Close,
don't
innit?
know. No,
Troy.
Prada. I think.
I might steal that look for the Hydro.
What, the wee Byford?
I might steal
No,
that.
you need to come fancy dress again, mate. That Vicar outfit was
That was outstanding.
tremendous, man. Right, we
was
need to say it.
amazing, that.
Gary was an unused sub. I've heard the Thurso boys are absolutely raging.
Disgrace, mate.
Supposedly they're going to come down, mate, and vandalise Robbie's saxophone case. Jobby Nielsen they're going to write on it.
They're travelled up for the game as well. Thurso boys.
No, they never.
They did, aye.
They came all the way from Thurso.
Aye, and they never played.
Buzzing, man.
Brilliant.
What do you think they were saying?
Brilliant for Robbie Nielsen.
Wait, Robbie Nielsen's name is Dirt in Thurso right now, innit? Gary, unused. Unheard of. Robbie Nielsen's is crap. What else would they say about him? What would they hang in their locker?
I don't know. I want to save some of my part for the Hydro, but
We need to meet
I'll be
these
happy.
Thurso boys. What kind of boys are it? Is it in between us?
I keep trying to get guys to come on here, just on a random Monday where none of yous know.
Expect it.
Aye, and he just
The kind of
turns up.
guy side that probably go out and take like an apple sour and think it's like a fucking 10 times tequila or something.
You're mental.
Oh my god, the guy just had 3 apple sours. Wow.
No, they're
And
they
he's
guys.
still sober.
They're they guys that wear their belt hanging down like that. Out their shirt.
No, they go out and they wear like
You know what, guys?
like the rugby clothes. They wear jeans, brown shoes and a white shirt with a
Yeah.
tie on.
Remember boys used to do that? Wee belt hanging down with the shirt. No, do you know what they wear? T-shirt with a tie printed on the T-shirt.
Aye.
Mate, I'm actually going to, I'm not even joking. Gaz has spoken about it before, how like he admits that people's dress sense for Thurso is the worst in the world.
No,
Can
not
imagine it,
extra,
man.
nah.
Think
Totally
so?
stuff, mate, honestly.
I have
See,
a
nah,
shows
yeah.
it every week.
Aye.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Dundee. So you alright? You're very quiet, wee man. I'm worried about you.
I'm waiting
Are
for
you-
this. I'm
are
waiting
you-
for the
are you-
race.
are
He's,
you
he's
hitting that in?
busting. Show us your jumper, please.
No, it's
Mate, it's a Monday morning, right? How?
I'm not showing it. It's like, that's-
Sure, come on. What are these? That's not tooth, mate.
Mate, you've just slavered on it as well. What's happening to you?
Because he was like, hurry up, mate. You're 6 minutes late now.
I know,
It's like,
honestly.
6 minutes late, he's messaging me this morning,
Told
so
him.
I'm like, trying to brush your teeth and run out.
You weren't brushing your teeth.
You're still brushing on
You're
the dog
brushing,
shit?
you're brushing your helmet and you know you are. Waiting for
By the
ages,
way, I'm
man.
just saying, right, we done a wee bit of filming at Hampden all day. So me and the big man, people
Did we? Did we?
No, you're coming up now to do yours. But me and the big man went for our own bacon and coffee. Speaking to him about his life story is
Right, keys it in.
Oh no, it's for another day. I was
No,
just-
it's not for another day. Come on.
You should talk a wee bit about it, mate, 'cause it was I didn't know half it.
What was your favourite bits?
But
Oh, he was actually intrigued. Obviously,
I know,
No,
mate,
wait, in fact, let's see, because I honestly think it probably was a great chat, but it's when one of your
Aye,
so
listen,
geez,
no.
geez your main enjoyable bits for it.
no, it wasn't enjoyable really that way.
No, it was interesting.
It was
Aye,
really,
but
really
so tell us a
interesting.
bit yet.
It was made about, I shouldn't laugh because it's actually quite a sad thing, but
Aye.
it was made about say that, yeah, he can't do that, it's me, that's shite. Let him tell the story.
No, we'll tell it one day properly on,
Tell a bit,
on a
innit?
different
Tell a bit.
podcast. But I was just saying to Paul about where I was at my lowest and how I got to there and how I got back out of there and got to like this point because this has been good. This has been really good. It's been good for me. But we're just chatting a good honest story, and obviously Paul was like, we should maybe do like a mental health week one week. Simon maybe interviews us and we talk about it because sometimes it maybe helps people out there that are
Why
listening.
don't you just do it? I'm being serious. I think have you had that great chat?
Aye.
Why don't you
No,
just do
Yeah,
it?
because I always find that a lot of comments we get on like private DMs and Instagram and stuff, like we've got a lot of people through a lot of tough times just by listening to us because they think, God, look at these 4 guys, like that's what it is. And even now, like I don't want any credit or anything for it, but I get a lot of guys message me with mental health problems, and some people are in some very, very, very dark places, and I try my best to get my way to like message them. I'll put my phone number if they want to speak to me because I was there and I know what that was like. And the only advice I can ever give to somebody is just speak, regardless of how scared you are to tell somebody your problems. Somebody's always there to listen and somebody's always there to help. And that day, Paul was there to listen to me. And although I didn't want to talk about it, we talked about it. And see, afterwards, I felt better him knowing, and he probably felt better
I
having
didn't
listened.
know him, actually didn't know it was
And,
Kevin Kyle.
Aye.
So
different class,
that's how it is. People got to realise that for all the work we put on here, we're just 4 human guys, and we've all got 4 human beings, and we've all got our own issues with what's
I love
going on in
it.
I
life.
actually think I'm not even just taking
Well,
the piss
we're
here.
just- we're just normal guys.
I think you're a great pioneer for the working man.
Yeah.
I actually do.
So do I.
Aye, but that's like me. That's what I talked about. Like I was saying to him, like when I gave up football in 2004, 13, 14.
What were you, 32?
32, right? I didn't need to give up football. I was still fit and healthy to play, but I was getting
Well,
300 quid a week.
Fit.
No, I was
Healthy old
I was
me.
getting 300 quid a week at Ayr United, right? And I looked at myself and I thought, right, I'm not enjoying this. And my wife says, well, what you got to do? I says, well, I'll get a job. She went, well, where are you going to work? That's how the conversation went. I says, I'll get a job. I'll work anyway. I wasn't
Your old
first. And I got this job offshore, working in the ferries up in the Shetland Islands. So I was working 18 days, 12 hours a day, 18 days on, 10 days off. And I was working up in a ferry with 700 people on this ferry. And I was washing toilets, fucking doing dishes, wiping people's fucking dirty laundry, cleaning it all. That's what I was doing I did that for 2 years until the contract ran out. And it was hard being away from my kids. But for me to get by at that time in my life, that is what I had to do. And there's no shame in it.
No shame, mate.
Because I provided for my family, and then obviously this came along, which has helped, and then I became a taxi driver, then I became a DP driver, now I'm back to taxi. I don't mind what I'm doing, because see, the objective in life is to provide for my family, and that's what all I'm doing. But what I'm trying to say is that in life, there's a solution to everything. If you've not got a job, look hard enough, you'll find one.
Good
No,
man,
absolutely,
Kevin.
definitely.
It's a bit of Monday motivation, man.
Yes. Come on.
Give me on the taxis. Oh. Right. Hearts' next match, after that inspirational stuff, Hearts' next match is away at Ibrox.
No, it's not.
Home at Ibrox.
Home at Tynecastle.
Home
that
at
Tynecastle?
Rangers. What a game.
Home at Ibrox.
What a game for Hearts coming up, eh? Can they do it? Paul Slane, Kevin Kyle.
I'll be honest, I watched Rangers on Saturday on my Rangers
went up a
TV
level, didn't they,
subscription,
Rangers?
and Rangers were very good.
Yeah.
They were a bit like Celtic in terms of creating a lot of chances and not taking them. Alfredo had who was it? Was it Alfredo?
Alfredo
That's the boy who
Sakala
plays
had a
up front.
couple of-
I know, but Sakala. Sakala had a couple of opportunities where the ball came out between the left and he cut inside and a couple of shots.
Yeah.
And I felt
Quick,
maybe in
innit?
another, he's quick. He moved his feet, but then see the boy at right back for Dundee, is it Cammy Kerr?
Tammy
no?
Kerr.
Aye.
I think that
Practicing
would he come
Tom's his missus.
Tom the commentator, what's the commentator?
Tom.
What's the goalie doing, Tom?
Tom's like, Cammy Kerr's not up for this. I don't think he's ever been up for this.
No, one thing Cammy is up for it.
I
mate.
know, and I was thinking, what a comment, but
It's the ability to look
Sakala
at something.
he's got very, very fast feet. And see with the Rangers, the way
Shocking,
they've set up the now, Oribo, Arfield's everywhere.
He's good there, isn't he?
He's very
I
good.
actually think he's not played a lot this season, but I think he's only one. He gives you something completely different for the rest.
what
Davis
is
all
that?
the midfielders.
Into the
Aye,
box
running
late
behind.
behind, scoring goals. You don't really get. Haribo does go, but he's mainly a front three player now, isn't he? But I mean for the centre mids, the Ryan Jack, Davis.
But we said on the Cooping show as well, I think the new system doesn't really suit Steve Davis to go and play in a two. I think it suits more guys like Scott Arfield who have got legs that can get a bit of
Energy.
pitch.
Do you know why I think you're right? Is because, and listen, Stephen Davis still a top player, but I think you can see for the way Rangers set up now, it's a 4-2-3-1, but the two holders, there's a licence for one that we get forward all the time. We've seen that for the last sort of 3-4 games. So Scott Arfield against Livy was playing that home midfield. He's breaking them behind strikers to score the goal. So I do think when it's Davis and Kamara, none of them really naturally try and join the play and get forward. So I think Scott Arfield will certainly be more suited to a lot of games and Steve Davis like your Easter Roads when it's a bit more cagey, Sparta. So I think there will be rotation there. But for me, Joe Aribo has been by far...
Mate, that system is perfect for Joe Aribo.
Where's he playing at after
in the
right?
10,
10,
I think, innit?
10,
I think that is Joe, because you can go both ways. You can go and drift out where he wants to
See
play.
with Joe Aribo, I
Comfortably
think he's
Rangers'
very
best
similar to like Tom Rogic in terms of the size of him. He gets his body into positions that he can turn people.
Yeah.
He can use his strength and he gets on that left foot. I think the goal he scored, he came in, like that was strength getting that ball and getting it onto his left foot and then having a shot. Obviously the defenders had a wee deflection, whatever, away from the goalie getting in. But Rangers, I'll be honest, Simon, I'm really looking forward to the Old Firm game in January because the two teams have
No, looking forward to
stepped
the
up.
Hearts game now.
No, I'm just talking about like in terms. Nah, mate. I'm just thinking that the two teams at the top of the league are performing very, very well at the minute. It's going to be a big bit. Saying that, see, like I think Hearts, Andy's obviously touched on it. They've not played particularly well recently. They got the result yesterday. So if they were to go to, it's at Tynecastle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tynecastle, aye.
So for me, if they were going to Ibrox, I would maybe think different. But see, because at Tynecastle, the atmosphere and everything else that brings, it'll not be easy. And Rangers will know that, but
What a game it's going to be.
it'll be a good
When
game.
is it? Is that next weekend?
Next this Sunday.
You know what we should do next Sunday? See, instead of
I think we're
having a
gonna
wee
go
Christmas
after
night,
it.
why don't we go up to watch
Take
the
a-
game and
aye.
then go to Edinburgh?
You can sit and watch it with us.
Aye, well, he's not. Aye.
Funny,
Why
aye?
don't we do?
By the
Is that funny?
Gio Van Bronckhorst's arse is untouched. That is as smooth as you'll get, mate.
arse?
Oh, there's not even
aye,
a pimple
Oh, I
on that
think
thing,
he's
mate.
hairy.
No, he's a Mac.
He's got that dark like,
That's
beard, so it would indicate to me that he's maybe a bit chewy back underneath the clothes.
No,
Oh, smooth.
he's
100%.
smooth, mate.
I've got a
100%.
feeling I said it early doors and it was a big statement and a lot of people went for me that I think sometimes when Gerrard lives you might think, oh no, but it might have actually been better.
It's a great point.
And the reason I say that is because
Aye.
Gerrard done brilliant, but his experience, he already won the Dutch League, and I've already covered these points, so I'll just go for just what I'm saying. But I think listen, it could be an unbelievable appointment, that, to say the least, but then again, do these managers want to stay in Scotland?
If we're going to be honest, Rangers weren't playing particularly great at the end of Gerrard's tenure.
No.
There was a bit of a
You don't know what was going on
uncertainty there. They were losing goals and then they were winning at the end, but there's none of that now. Gio Van Bronckhorst has come on 4 games, 100% win rate, and they've won the games. Apart from the Hibs game, I thought
That was a drab.
that was a drab game. But then you're playing against Hibs. Hibs are a decent side, so it's never going to be easy.
And
But
Kev, we're talking about Celtic bringing players in now. I mean, the Dutch must have Dutch outlets.
You went to a few, didn't you?
A few, aye, whether you bring them in or not. You were cracking players or not. Especially that one at the end. Excellent. But no, listen, I think Andy, a lot of players in there, Dirk Coit,
He's talking about going to Rangers, is he?
Talks to him, and
Couple
else,
of ball winners, wasn't
who else? That's
I think he said a ball winning midfielder.
Well, Continent.
Big Perth's coming back, isn't he?
Aye, but no, listen, we talk about, obviously, Andy's been in the J League. He's going to know players for the Dutch League, do you know what I mean? So they'll be high calibre. Supposedly the boy Javi Simmons.
I seen
Seen
that
that,
for
aye.
PSG.
I know, what a signing that would be.
Definitely Pure Wars champion
He is up
of the world, isn't he?
But listen, it's going to, listen,
He was
it's-
touted to be the
Xavi.
What
Right,
is that?
Xavi.
I could be completely wrong here, right? I'm sure it was. We had obviously been on the ice, so my head was a bit dazed when I went up the road. But when I turned the Rangers,
Kissing you with the...
forget it. Oh, we watched the Rangers and we stuck the
Oh, that
Rangers.
shite kisser by you.
Slabbery, innit?
Uh-huh.
Slabbery. Not much class.
It's when he was
Gonna let me come up with it.
when he was curling or something, it looked a bit uncomfortable. It was like
I
was
was like a
like-
football cuddle when
it
you
was-
suddenly
I
scored
was
the
with
goal.
the mask. I brought the map, so it couldn't have been her. So, we went home, we took that game on, and I'm sure, I don't know if my head was dazed or, I'm sure I seen the fullbacks coming in.
Who, Rangers?
Aye. I'm sure I seen Tavernier drop him in the centre mid.
Right.
Watch it, keep an eye out for it. I'm not sure if that's part of his game.
Which
I watched the Hibs game and everything.
No, I don't know whether.
But
it's
Rangers
just-
were having this thing where they were conceding the first goal every most games under Gerrard, didn't it? That's
6 games in a row.
completely gone now with Van Bronckhorst.
Well, it's 4, 3,
The
4,
Hibs game's a massive result.
3.
Yeah.
How many games have you been in charge?
No, 4. He's won 4 games and no conceded a goal.
Sparta,
It's a good
Hibs.
3-0, 2-0, 1-0.
Livy, aye, 4, you're right.
And Livy, they beat Livy. What was Livy?
4. One goal conceded in 4.
1 goal. There
Livy.
you go.
Livy, that's right.
Which is
See, on
obviously a
that,
decent
Andy,
return.
obviously Conor Golson, there's talk there that he's signed a new deal. Do
Let
you
him
think he
go.
potentially could be away?
Let him go. Doesn't want to be there.
I think he'll be away.
Van Bronckhorst spoke about it, didn't he? That
think
there's,
he's hoping
there's
to go to
talks going to be
Premiership?
there. But
Maybe.
honestly, mate, I don't know. I do
You going to
think
play for
that,
Newcastle? Go.
I do think that the contract talks have been ongoing for a while now.
Aye, so.
And these things they take time, but this seems as if it's a long
It's
time,
not
doesn't it?
happening.
And what's it up at the end of the season as well?
Aye, so
Yeah.
he'll go in January for free then if he wants.
You know him, you've obviously seen him. Could he go and play in the English Premier League? Goldson?
Aye.
You
He
could?
is good, mate.
Is he?
Connor's good, aye. I do think that centre half's been an area of the pitch where Rangers have sort of struggled this year, because I'm a big believer that, listen, you can have rotation in your team, but I think centre half partnerships are massive. And then
Yeah.
Connor Golson, Philip Hollander, their defensive record when they played together has been very good. But since Hollander's been injured and it's been Simpson, Balogun, Bassey, like chopping back and forth, that's not easy to sometimes strike up a partnership between them. And then they've conceded 14 league goals, mate. They conceded 13 league goals before last season.
Yeah.
But to be fair, since Van Bronckhorst has came in, it's one of the first things he says. He wants the team to be harder to score against again. And like you said, 1 goal conceded in 4. So
Right, I honestly never seen this because Sports Scene never showed it last night. You should Lee
I
Griffiths
know,
seen
I've
it
noticed.
exciting yellow.
Aye.
You should.
Aye,
We
I
should
would
have
think
had.
so, aye.
To be fair, I think he only made 2 fouls when he came on. Obviously got booked for the first one, but I think the second one definitely warranted a second yellow card. But to be fair, I know it doesn't make any excuse for the referees, but it was never going to affect the outcome of the game. I say it all the time, I don't want to see players being suspended. I know we spoke about the Butcher tackle and probably is lucky not to get a red card, but I'd rather see 11v11 on the pitch, mate, to be
The
honest.
referees are taking it tight just now, aren't they?
I spoke to Kevin Clancy yesterday, right? I wasn't going to say this, but
That would have been a good convo. What was
I
that
spoke
about?
to Kevin Clancy
Burning ants
yesterday.
with a magnifying glass.
And I said to him, what do you think that you've seen back the Petodi tackle? He's like, red card, aye. And I was like, oh, fucking hell, man. Like, what is football now? Like,
Just be careful what you guys say, because obviously
no,
you're still
but
playing,
that's what I mean. That's all I'm going to say.
See, at the end of the day,
is that football now?
the refs are having a shocker, but they're having a shocker. Like, I'm be honest.
Be careful what you're going to say.
No, but you are still playing.
We got another penalty against us on Saturday, Kevin, which
Aye.
will blow your mind.
You are
Again,
still
what I'm talking
playing.
about penalties
Whereas for
against.
me, I think there's certain rules in place now that they've got to abide to.
Yeah.
But I would like some
I
of
do
these.
feel for that. You're
Aye.
right, the rules are...
So I get that, but I would like these referees maybe to hear a wee bit of buzz about them and don't abide by the rules.
But then you
And
get
aye,
the
but
see the biggest thing.
But see, they all
But then
keep,
you're doing League 2 on the
but see,
Saturday.
they all keep doing it. They're not all going to get papped out, surely.
See the thing that is for me, right, and I don't know if this was just England, but I remember the big chat in England at the start of the year with the FA was they're going to try and let fouls...
Be more lenient.
Let fouls be whistled every time, let the game flow a bit better. So surely I'd imagine that applied in Scotland as well. I've not seen that.
No, the guys
I've
that
not
think
seen
they're at
that
a
at
fucking
all.
rave with their
I remember
whistle.
when I was the captain of Kilmarnock, when you were a captain of a Premier League team, you would go to Hampden at the beginning of the season with the manager and you would sit with the referee and he would give you a talk about the new rules and what was going to be, how they were going to... And I remember sitting with all the captains and they put on like a VT and they asked everybody what your opinion was. So everybody in the room, footballers and managers, had a different opinion to the referee. So what does that tell you?
Yeah.
Aye. And
that's
Who's
where
the
I
guys that
think
are
that...
making these rules in?
Aye,
It's
so-
That's it. I was going to say that, right? You will not find an interview I've done, or even on here where I come out and cane referees, because I think their jobs are fucking
Aye,
margin
of course it
anyway.
is.
But what I will say is, it's not just referees, it's modern day football, mate. It's so fucking soft.
I know,
It's
I
so
agree,
soft.
mate. I agree.
Like, the fouls...
Getting
that
touched in the
ref
penalty box
feels
now is a
like they need to
penalty.
get contacts.
I
You
know,
talked
I
about
I
last week when
spoke
you were
about the Martin
watching...
Boyle penalty, and I was like, people are like, how's it not a penalty? Mate, every contact's a foul now. That's a foul. People look at a replay and say, there you go, he's been touched. Mate,
Remember,
football
like
is-
when you, Andy, you were talking about, like you're watching some old videos of Vinnie Jones and that.
Aye.
Like, have you ever watched the Wimbledon Liverpool
Let's
final?
get Souness to plant that turkey flag in
No.
your arse.
Have you ever watched the Wimbledon? Was it Wimbledon Liverpool FA Cup final?
No,
and
mate,
Vinnie
the first
Jones
minute.
is standing on the fucking semicircle, and all he's doing is running around like a madman on his toes because he was heading for Ronnie Whelan,
Wheeling
and he just went straight for. He's on the. So there, the kick off, and he's standing up. And he's just ready. The ref blows the whistle, and he goes straight for Ronnie
bad
Whelan,
there.
right?
Wait,
and,
Shows that again?
Where's the shame?
he lifts Ronnie Whelan about 30 foot in the air and doesn't
Aye.
even get a yellow card.
Well, I says to one of the referees, what is the rule with penalties? And he went, read it in the book.
Kateley's got it in there, isn't he?
But
So I think it's Haley
I
that's
think
making
Aye, he's got it on the
all we
big
want, right, players and fans, 100% want this as well. Just want the game to flow a bit better.
Aye.
So I think if they're going to look at the end of the season at what we can do to officiate games better, it's 100% just
Make
let
contact
just
matter.
near it.
small fouls, let it go.
Contact
I think VAR's going to
Kateley's got it in
help
the
the
book.
Scottish football.
Well, Haley
it
needs
should.
to rewrite the book.
The
VAR
VAR
comes in,
has
they-
to help to an extent, but some of the decisions, it's not to do with VAR,
But-
it's them using their head to do it.
Mark Haley writes the rules, but he doesn't tell anyone.
That's how the
So every you ask, and he just says, you need to read it.
Tell you what, he's getting some promotion for that book.
What a book, what a guy. What want it now? Tony
Two other
Watt?
strikers, it's a tough one that signing. We talked about it during the week, and it was listen, me and Si get very heated with each other. We
What is
felt
this
like
with?
for 3 days with Nisbet and Watt.
Wow,
But
both
then
of them shut us up.
we were sticking up for them.
Oh, sorry,
Nah. So but obviously Nisbet and Tony Watt. Listen, Tony Watt this season, top goal scorer, scored again at the weekend. Unbelievable.
But can I say it's a different role? Tony Watt's not playing as a centre forward, is he?
Is he
I
winning
think
the
what
ball?
I'm
off
saying,
the
he's
left,
coming off the
isn't he?
left, isn't he? He
Coming
seems
off
to
the
suit
left.
him
Oh, that's
that
right.
wee bit more,
Right, I didn't see
Great
him whether
finish
there's
at
that
the weekend.
position, but
That's a
Great
great
finish.
goal, aye.
Great
Both
finish.
of them are
Great
great
finish
goals,
during
to
the
be
week, but the one at the weekend was just as good. But he's always been a good player.
Yeah.
will
Just
it come to
maybe
do?
better.
Will it come down to the two, Kevin and Andy? Will it come down to the two where it has to be one of them in, or can the two of them go?
But one's a centre forward and one's playing the left. Nah? So can both of them not get in?
I don't know,
when they
but
played-
we're at the midway point of the season. I want to ask every single one of these a question. Right?
So what, are you just going over? We're
about
going
Hudson
to ask him if he's going to
Come
get
back, come back.
in the Scotland squad.
Come back to it. Or do you want to do that first?
Right,
Do
go.
that first, Andy.
Who's going to win the league? All 3 years.
I've said it for day dot. Celtic won the league.
Because December's a big one. I always think these things can alter. Who's going to win the league?
This is me being totally honest. Celtic need to sign players in January. If they didn't sign the right players, Rangers will win the league.
I'll
Due to the
be
squad.
honest, I said at the beginning of the season Rangers, and I will probably stick by that.
Right.
Because my reason would be that I think there's a psychological advantage over the Ibrox now, over Celtic in terms of the Old Firm games, and I think Celtic may go there. Celtic may have a lot of domination, a lot of possession, but it's what they do with that. And I think Rangers, the last lot of games, they kind of hit them with a sucker punch, and it's like totally took the wind out their sail, and I can see that happening again. And sometimes I think opportunities like Hearts the other night there, if Hearts got the part and take any one of the chances they had, Celtic draw the game, then they're like 6 points behind Rangers. Whereas I feel like Rangers are grinding out these results, like they're going to Hibs and they're winning 1-0, whereas I know Celtic were brilliant. I just still think that Rangers are in the ascendancy.
But I think if he gets these 3 players, I'll go
You go Celtic.
Celtic.
Right. So listen, it's a midway point predictions, isn't it? 4. Give me the short list of the 4 best players so far. 4 player of the year so far.
Wow.
Craig Gordon.
I've got mine. I've got mine straight away.
Craig Gordon, Martin Boyle, Jota, and
Aribo.
There you go.
Kyogo's got to get it, nah?
No.
Although he's only scored
he's
8
only-
goals.
Nah.
Kyogo, Callum McGregor, Ralston and Jota.
You go for it.
My 4. Oh, mate, you could have given us a bit of notice for this.
I'll give you my 4 right
You
now.
go ahead.
Craig Gordon, Joe Aribo, Jota,
They'd be my 3.
Tony Watt.
Surely Tony Ralston's he's only been the best.
Tony Watt.
Tony Ralston's got the
I never
most
thought.
assists in the league.
Never
next
thought
week-
I'd say these words, mate. See when Tony
Well,
Ralston
you've not
went
got
off.
Tony Watt. He's getting the most goals in the league.
Aye, but
Next week we
he's
do
not
a team of the halfway team of the season. Next week.
Right,
Get
okay.
down.
Aye,
Okay.
right, okay.
Never thought I'd say the words, but see when Tony Ralston went off.
Terry Ralston.
Big Terry.
Big Terry, man.
Nah, listen, Big Terry Mendes went off. But Celtic got a different team with Tony Ralston when.
To be
when he
fair,
went
there's
off.
a few players that are unlucky to miss it. Ralston's one, to be fair, but I think that's been a strong 4 on
Yeah.
the short list, I think.
That is.
Should
So
goalkeepers be getting in it?
should Tony
Aye.
Watt be getting in the Scotland squad? Yes or no?
No.
No.
Listen, I must say yes, because my big argument is on current form, you should be getting, the best players should be gone. So I can't then go against it. So I would say yes.
I said no there quickly, didn't I? I didn't even really think
you've
about
shat it and you're
No,
going
I
back
didn't
to it.
chat about it. I'm
Don't
just
shut
I'm
up.
looking at it thinking, right, if she Adams is
Number
fit,
1.
Like
Who's your
Chad
number
he
1?
plays. If Lyndon Dykes is fit, he's there. And then we actually only have then Kevin Nisbet and Tony Watt. So
I
if
would have
we-
brought Tony Watt in over the boy Roberts. That was
Aye,
for
Stoke.
So
Aye.
if we get to the World Cup and we're needing like 2 for each position, that would be your 4, potentially.
But again, Tony Watt's playing wide left up front 3. We need to think about this logically. Scotland aren't playing that.
No, I know.
So where does he fit into the squad and the system?
I'm a believer that
he is a
if you're
striker, though.
if you're performing well, as a striker in Scotland and you're scoring goals, you should always be getting called up for your national team, because it's something we've not really had a lot of.
I don't really think that. I don't think that really happens anymore, do you? Form. I don't think Scotland, or not just Scotland, but I don't think managers and national teams take form into account anymore.
Oh, they've got to. Surely.
Southgate does now.
But well, Patterson gets in and starts every
Exactly,
game now.
aye.
He doesn't play.
Aye, but that's because he's like better than
I know,
everybody.
but that's what I mean. Though that's why I think Scotland. I think
Yeah.
they just pick their better
Better
players.
players.
Best players.
So Tony Watt, this has obviously been a dream season for him. We all know he loves his movies. if Tony Watt's season was to be made into a movie, who would play him in the movie?
Wow.
For which he'd
That's
review
a
himself?
fantastic
So
question.
be Ask Blaster 5 in it, so who would play in that role?
Arse Blaster, the Motherwell season.
I'll go for.
I think he would be Ryan Reynolds.
I think
Free
Gordon
guy.
I think you're being Gordon Smith.
I think
I was
you're
going to say the guy who plays Ian Beale on EastEnders.
That's not a bad shout.
So,
He's lost a lot of weight, that boy.
Aye, that's it.
who else you thinking?
By the way, talk about inverted fullbacks. You're Barnett, big man. Yeah.
What you got in my ear?
Get that hat off.
Why?
It's
Come on, we need to see this. It's alright.
Oh, sorry,
No,
it's
it's
good,
terrible.
It was last week when it was just fresh.
Aye.
Oh, wait a minute, on my hair. Do you know who I messaged? Somebody, mate.
Look at it right now.
Mate, it's terrible, look.
Heard the agent of you, minute.
Right, I've got
a 2 for 1.
I've got 2 options, Andy, right? One, we go to Turkey.
Turkey.
And we get the proper,
I'm with you,
we
big boy.
get the proper pricks and we get the hair. Or second, we go to
Prick,
Leeds.
get the proper pricks.
Second, we go to Lee Miller at Hamilton. Shaves off the middle bit, puts on a 2p with glue and cuts it to your style. I'm thinking 400 quid or 2.5 grand. I might try the 400 quid thing first.
I would do the other option. I would just
Whack
blow
it
my
off.
head off.
I tell you what, it could be worse, right? You could hear a hairline with the biggest forehead in Scottish football. It's
nothing wrong with a big head,
it's
young
that
man.
big that the boys want to play darts on it.
Oh, magic.
Seriously, I would just take it clean off. Double barrel.
Wait a minute, this guy.
What is that? What was that?
Yeah, I've moved showers in 3 days now.
Mate, you'd get a job on the ghost team.
Here's the hair police for Slaney.
There's the post.
Yeah, the force.
Come to get your barber, man. Right, go on. Last news, Messi won the Ballon d'Or.
What a
Disgrace.
disgrace.
Load of
See
shite.
anybody that sits here and says Messi and then the word disgrace or Messi and it's a joke, shambles.
He's not been the best in the world this year.
We only
I do.
went to Copa America.
What's the
Mate, I see-
do you watch the Copa America?
They beat Haiti in the final.
What?
Beat Grosvenor in the final, didn't they?
Have you not seen the standard there? Brazil, Uruguay.
Lewandowski should have won it.
100%. But Messi is brilliant though.
Of course he's brilliant, but he's not been the best player in the world this
God,
year.
No, mate, the best player in the world right now
Bernardo
is
Silva. Don't copy me.
100% Mohamed Salah.
Bernardo Silva is much better than Salah right now.
No, but I don't know if Salah didn't deserve to win the Ballon d'Or last year.
Salah was seventh.
It's Messi or Lewandowski last year, wasn't it, to be fair? But right now, the best player in the world is Salah.
I would go.
Aye, Salah.
Bernardo
Yeah.
Silva is much better. He's best player in the world in current form. Does every
Salah
single
or,
part of
or Terry Rouse.
Gundogan's
the game. Terry
just as good.
Venables in it. No, not Terry Venables.
Gundogan's just as good as Silva.
Gundogan, better as good as Silva. That's the worst argument you've ever said.
Oh,
I watched the weekend seeing Big
What?
Rudiger.
Better than Silva.
Here, Big
I'm
Rudiger
just
was
saying,
good.
good.
Big Rudiger.
Gundogan's still brilliant.
No,
I
it's
still
never
think-
got Silva this
I
season.
still think the worst shout I've ever heard on this show is Rodri doesn't pass forward. Honestly, I still think that's the worst shout. Rodri doesn't pass forward.
Mate, you messaged me saying Rodri was shite, so then I
I don't like
get
Rodri.
agree.
No, I don't like Rodri. I don't
Mate.
like that type of player.
Rodri's unbelievable.
I would say he's passing better forward since
Mate,
this season.
Rodri's
But-
unbelievable, full stop. You
You
need to
said
appreciate
McTominay
these players,
You
mate.
said McTominay better.
But
never
that,
said
yeah, you
McTominay's
did say
better than
Victoria
No.
was better than
I think
Pogba.
we're getting a skate.
What about Ralph in at Man United though?
I
Aye.
can't
Do
get
you think
it.
they'll be able to press the way he wants to press?
He said he was surprisingly happy at how they performed yesterday,
Playing
but
Crystal Palace though, mate. Calm down,
You've
Ralph.
only spent 500 million, Ralph. What I can't understand with Ralph is I don't know how he gets the man YouTube though.
He's with navy trousers,
He's never
man.
done it in
see
management.
your man Jesse Marsh got the bullet.
Did he?
Leipzig,
Jesse?
11th in the table.
No way.
Ran out the Champions League as well.
He's the next great thing. But
Yeah.
Sorry,
Charlie
Aston-
Lewis,
Americans.
Aston Villa flying it.
Remember Bob
Rogers,
Bradley?
Dealt with.
Bob
Remember-
Bradley for Swansea. Baldy
Ellen,
Bob.
I just want to say congratulations to Alan Purdue. Mate, it's Alan Purdue, what are you talking about? Do you remember him? He was my
By the
numbers
way,
out, wasn't he?
Jake Rogers, he's been turned.
Aye.
Man U in that.
Thought he
Just
was
Leicester
getting
had
it.
gone,
him.
isn't
Yeah,
he
you
was
think-
getting it.
I don't know.
He's not getting the Man United job.
No, I said he thought
Mate,
he was possibly.
Leicester,
Now he's not.
Leicester have conceded the second most goals in the Premier League. That's outrageous, isn't it? Because Rogers' Leicester team over the last couple of years have been
We
unbelievable.
need to start buying a few names, Leicester, I feel.
A few bigger names.
Aye, a few bigger names start, because I think
Talk
they've
about
got a wee bit
Tuchel,
stale.
No, mate. Tuchel's not a fraud. But does
tell
he
me
handle big names? Can remember Liverpool? He
I know,
brought
but that's
Balotelli
the
and that,
problem, aye.
Is he better with guys that just
his
want to learn
ego
all the
might,
time?
I don't know his ego, but he maybe just be to deal with what's, I don't know.
Right, you ready for this race, big boy?
Aye.
Wait, you did it. It's been quiet, isn't he? Is he alright?
Say it, ain't he? Worried about Souness coming on, ain't he?
What was the story with Souness?
The medal in the bath.
Did a day runners up?
Ah.
Need to get my tail on that again. Been a while.
Do you remember it?
Boys, that was a good job.
Right,
That was a
let's
very
get-
good one.
Right, let's go. Let's get it on.